The Cincinnati Bengals are playing chess in the AFC North. The rest of the teams are playing checkers. Pittsburgh's playing checkers because they have no choice. Baltimore's playing checkers because they have no choice. Cleveland's playing checkers because their coach is a jackass. Earlier in the year, I think the Bengals, it was a Jaguars game. Afterwards, they were interviewing Burrow. And he said something that stuck with me. Because if you notice Burrow earlier in the year, he was basically a game manager. They didn't have him do too much. But he said something about asking the coach to throw more at halftime. And I noticed since then, they've been throwing the ball a lot. Yesterday against the Ravens, they threw the ball when they had a big lead. Kevin Stefanski would have ran the clock out and lost. Kevin Stefanski has took a game of chess and made it a game of checkers. The Browns don't have to play checkers. We have a king at quarterback. Kevin Stefanski turned him into a game manager. And you're probably sitting there saying, oh, the Baker Mayfield, Mayfield can't play chess. Well, just look at Stefanski's track record. Look at his offense in Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 103 catches. Stefanski takes over the next year, he gets 65 catches. He goes to Buffalo, 115 catches. This offense is, Stefanski runs a run-heavy offense. If you're a wide receiver, you don't want to play in it. Or number one wide receiver. If you're Jarvis Landry, you love it because he works underneath. But if you're a one wide receiver, you don't want to play in it. And if you're a quarterback, you don't want to play in it. Look at Kirk Cousins, 26 touchdowns. Stefanski leaves, 35 the next year. He has killed our offense, made it one-dimensional. We don't use 70% of the field. We don't take shots downfield. Everything's underneath. That's all we do. Everything's underneath intermediate. We don't even use the field. So defense is going to have a field day on us. Kevin Stefanski has made us one-dimensional because he's running a 1988 offense. You heard Troy Aikman the other day. All teams are running spread offenses, and Kevin Stefanski is running this run-heavy game manager offense. He goes, I grew up playing in this offense. That's how I learned the game. So while everybody else is playing chess, if they have the chess pieces available, we're playing checkers. You think we're going to contend with the Bengals playing checkers? We have to play chess. Stefanski won't do that. And I notice the difference about the Bengals right now. Look at their defense. They signed Ogunjobi, who was in Cleveland. He was useless. And one thing about Ogunjobi now, he looks like a slob. He gained a lot of weight. I did notice that yesterday. He was in Cleveland. He was fucking useless. When he first came in the league, he was good, but then he lost a bunch of weight last year and he sucked. They signed Trey Hendrickson, Mike Hilton. He ain't nobody. And Awuzie. And their defense is playing physical. They're reacting. They're making plays. They're aggressive. Cleveland, they signed all these free agents, and they're in the wrong defense because Joe Woods don't know how to coordinate a defense, obviously. He's trying to fit the players into his system, much like Stefanski's trying to fit Mayfield into his system. When a coach comes to a team, he looks at the quarterback, he said, let me build a system around him. What Cleveland's doing is they just said, let me fit this quarterback into my system. Stefanski is so stubborn, he will not change his system up, and it's killing the Cleveland Browns. Other teams are playing chess, we're playing checkers. We have no shot against teams that are playing chess, that have a full playbook, and a full arsenal of playbooks. And I'm tired of seeing this coach handcuff our team. We played the Cardinals, we had no shot. You see what Cliff Kingsbury did with, Kyler Murray. He developed an offense for him to succeed in. And look at him, he's dominating in it. This fucking Mayfield, if I was Mayfield, I'd want out of Cleveland. And it pisses me off. If we were 6-1, 5-2, 6-1, 7-0, I wouldn't even give a fuck. But we're fucking 4-3 because of Stefanski's garbage offense. We have no shot at contending with teams playing chess with Kevin Stefanski. He's too hard-headed to change it up. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with this offense. You're not going to run the ball to a Super Bowl. It's impossible. It's 2021. And I'm tired of seeing teams like Cincinnati playing chess because I know what's going to happen when we play him. Stefanski's going to try running the ball, slowing the clock down, and he's going to try mucking the game up. You're not going to beat Cincinnati that way. The dam will break, especially with our, oh my God, especially with the defense Joe Woods plays. It's just embarrassing. I'm tired of seeing my team handcuffed by the head coach. I mean, he basically turned Baker Mayfield into a game manager. That's all Mayfield is now. Dink and dunk. Everyone says, oh, he's a dink and dunk passer. Well, look at the coach. That's his philosophy. Run the ball, dink and dunk. That's what he does. 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. You know why? Look at when we go down to the red zone. Run. That's all he does. So Mayfield's in a system that he's not succeed. And like I said, if we were 7-0, 6-1, looking great, I wouldn't even care. But we're not. This is as far as this offense will go. It's not going to go nowhere. The only time we look good as an offense in the last 10, 12 games, well, Well, the last time we looked good, I should say, was against Pittsburgh in the playoffs. Stefanski was sitting at home with COVID. That's the last time we looked good. So I don't care who we get in that quarterback. Stefanski's going to make him a game manager. That's just what he does. You had Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. He's going to make him do the same thing Mayfield's doing. Trust me. If I was Baker Mayfield, I'd have surgery and say, fuck it. I'm out of here. Let Cleveland get rid of me. Because we run an archaic offense. We're going, and that's what pisses me off. If this motherfucker ran a wide open offense, air raid, spread everybody out like every other NFL teams did, and Mayfield couldn't play in it, I'd say we got to get a new quarterback. But I know Mayfield can play in it. Look at his rookie year. Look at the year on the Freddie Kitchens, 22 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, right? He still played a lot better that year than he did this year. And the reason he had all the, listen, that was the first year they got Odell Beckham, and it's obvious Odell Beckham and Mayfield will never mix. Robert Griffin III said something about the Browns should get rid of Odell Beckham. They don't use him. You know what? You're right, Robert. You know why we don't use him? Stephon Diggs. He didn't use Stephon Diggs in Minnesota. So if I was Odell Beckham, I'd say, I want out of this motherfucker. I wouldn't want to play in Cleveland. Not with Stefanski's offense. He's killing the quarterback. He's killing the wide receiver. The number one wide receiver deep threat. Why would you want to come to Cleveland if you were a fucking wide receiver? And on defense, nobody, listen, when you play defense, you want to make plays. This Cleveland defense, they just got to sit back and watch. That's all they're doing. Sit back, watch, and react. Let them simplify the game. Let them make fucking plays. Joe Woods is the clown. We have people in Cleveland running the show right now. They're too hard to hit idiots. Stefanski's the biggest problem because we have an offense with all this talent, but he wants to run the ball, and he wants to play 1988 football with Kevin Mack and Biner. And our defensive coordinator has all this talent on defense. He doesn't know how to fucking use it. It makes me sick. And if you're a Browns fan and you like Kevin Stefanski, you got to start questioning this guy. I don't know why people think he's such a good coach. He has no clue on how to use weapons we have. If you put David Njoku in Cincinnati, oh my God. If I was David Njoku, I'd go to Cincinnati. They would use the fuck out of him. Cleveland don't even use him. Hell, it took Stefanski 20 games to realize he's the best tight end. He was third on the depth chart all last year. I'm tired of seeing Stefanski get a free pass. Someone needs to step in and say, listen, man, I understand you like this offensive philosophy, but other teams are playing chess. We're playing checkers. I mean, look at the Buccaneers. You think we're going to be able to contend with the Buccaneers? There's no chance. It's embarrassing. Open the fucking playbook up. Go downfield. Take shots downfield. Make the defense honest. All I got to do is stack the box on us. That's it. Stefanski don't know how to beat a defensive stacks box. He don't know how to do it. I hate Stefanski. He's killed our quarterback. He's killed our offense. He's killed our team. Because Joe Woods, he should have Stefanski. He was a defensive line coach in Minnesota before he turned offensive coordinator or whatever. He was defensive line coach. He needs to go to Joe Woods and say, listen, simplify this defense. It's not working. Your plan ain't working. We were a better defense last year with lesser talent. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So, can we win the AFC North? If Baker Mayfield plays and they allow him to run the offense he ran his rookie year, not this fucking quarterback, this game manager offense, we ain't going to do shit. You can't win like this. You put Joe Burrow in Cleveland right now, he's going to run the same offense. Stefanski ain't going to change it. You put Baker Mayfield in Cincinnati, he's going to do the same thing Burrow's doing. I know you're going to say, trust me, he'll do the same thing. Spread them out. Is Burrow better than Mayfield? He might be. Right now, Mayfield's in a game manager offense, and if you can't see that, you don't know football. The coach has handcuffed him. He's handcuffed our offense. We run 30% of the offense. I know what I have in Mayfield. I know he can play in this league. The coach has killed him. Turn him into a game manager. We don't use 70% of the field. Consequently, we can't compete with most teams out there. You see what the Bengals did yesterday? They got up and they started burying them, throwing the ball, trying to score more. What did we do when we get up? We run the ball. Look what we did against the Titans. Look what we did against the Cowboys. We tried running the clock out. Look what happened. We almost lost. I hate Stefanski. I wish to God they'd give him an ultimatum. Say, give up play calling. Because I guarantee you Alex Van Pelt would open this offense up. I guarantee you that. He knows what a quarterback needs. Take play calling off Stefanski, then he can remain head coach. But if you don't want to give up play calling, you got to change with the times. You can't have a coach that has all this talent that does not know how to use it. Of course, Mayfield's going to get the blame. But did you see Case Keenum come in there Thursday against Denver? A terrible defense. He had the same numbers as Baker. That's just the offense. You're not going to put up numbers in this offense. And if you can't see the difference between Case Keenum and Baker Mayfield, then you don't know football. There's so many plays out there you can see that it's not even a fun comparison because Mayfield wipes the floor with them, even with the bad shoulder. We have to find a way to keep Mayfield playing because with Case Keenum, We're not going nowhere. He can't make the throws Mayfield makes. The season's not over. I mean, we're only one game out of first place, and we got all 6 division games. We can control the division. But I got news for you. Stefanski, you need to open this offense up. I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is. You cannot run this game manager type offense. Even with Case Keenum, open the motherfucker up. Because you're not going to win games like this. You're just not. And that defense needs to be corrected. Too much talent to be playing this bad. It's just embarrassing. I watched the Bengals yesterday. I see an aggressive, hungry team. I look at the Browns and I see an offense that just wants to dink and dunk downfield. I see a defense that are just trying to figure out how to play. It don't take 7 weeks to try to figure out how to play. Simplify things, you fucking idiot. And then let's be honest about the Bengals. They beat the Ravens. It was a statement win for them, but let's be honest. Are the Ravens any good? They were getting killed by the Colts. They should have lost that game. The Colts stopped trying to win. Took a massive comeback against them. Took a massive comeback against the Chiefs, who suck. So the Ravens were 5-1, but they should have been 2-5. They should be 2-5. They're not a good team. But I give the Bengals props for that win. It was impressive. Funny thing about it, that game reminded me of the game Cleveland went in there on Freddie Kitchens' only year of coaching. They were up 10-7 at halftime, and they beat them like 40-22. Same exact scenario. Mayfield had like 341 yards passing. They destroyed Baltimore. And then the next week, they got slaughtered by San Francisco 31-3. Now, Cincinnati's got an easy game next week against the Jets. Yes, that's an easy game. They'll kill the Jets. But it did remind me of that. So I wish we had Freddie Kitchens back right now. I do. At least he knew how to run an offense. I mean, at least he opened up the offense, I should say. His play calling was terrible, but he opened up the offense. He didn't handcuff the quarterback. I mean, so if I was Mayfield, I wouldn't want to play in Cleveland. There's no point in playing in Cleveland. You're not going to be able to show your talents, and this team's going nowhere with Kevin Stefanski's offense. You got it. With that defense playing as bad as it is, you're going to have to open up the playbook and score. So until Kevin Stefanski's hard-headed, stubborn ass realizes that, the Cleveland Browns are going nowhere. I have no confidence. Now, if I see them come out, and Pittsburgh, make no mistake, Pittsburgh's playing checkers right now because they have no choice. They have no king at quarterback. Roethlisberger's 5 years past his prime. And the Ravens are playing checkers right now because they have no choice at quarterback. You've seen Lamar Jackson. He can make 2 throws on the football field, the seam route and the deep ball. That's it, the 2 easiest throws. He can't throw the out route. He's inaccurate. And the Bengals played him good. They played man back in, and they fucking blitzed him, rushed him, and they stopped him. Make him throw. Make him trust his arm. He can't do it. He can't do it. He can't. When you force Lamar Jackson to throw, he can't do it. That's a fact. And we're playing checkers because our coach is a stubborn mule. It's like he wants to win with his offense and prove it. I hate him. He's running the fucking high school offense. You know why he's running a high school offense? Because he's a defensive back in college. He doesn't have an offensive mind. And I wish Alex Van Pelt and these people would come in and say, listen, hey, Joe Burrow did say, after that game, he was talking to his coach about throwing more. See, Joe Burrow gets a little leeway. Zach Taylor, he says, you know what, I'm going to listen to my quarterback. This guy won't listen to his quarterback. Go watch Baker Mayfield's rookie highlights. It's like a different quarterback. And you watch him now, he's just dumping the ball over the middle. Believe me. If I didn't think Mayfield was any good, I'd say move on from him. But he can still play. It's just this offense. And we're not going to win nothing with this offense, trust me. It's funny how Stefanski came back the following week against Kansas City, whose defense is horrible, only put up 17 points. It drives me up a wall. It drives me up a wall watching a coach handcuff his offense. It drives me up a wall watching a defensive coordinator not recognize that he has a talent to let people make plays, but he won't fucking do it because he's a dumbass. Let's force our system on players instead of building a system around players. That's the problem with these 2 coaches. It's all about their system. So Jimmy Haslam, you got to start meddling. You got to tell Stefanski to give up play calling. Or you know what, fire him. Because guess what? You fire that clown, this team's going to be better off. You got too much talent on there. I mean, you got Odell Beckham, he's wasted. Because we don't, go look at Stephon Diggs in Minnesota. That's why, hey, just go look at that and tell me why Odell Beckham's here. As long as Stefanski's the coach, Beckham's useless. And that's the bottom line.